You see this? Except
Okay.
for Brian.
You're on.
So I want to take a few minutes today to talk about my history and how it relates to startups and how it relates to my experiences in business and how it might help you if you're starting a business or have something going on. So we'll see. First set of slides is called My History. Everyone will be set to My History, but it's essentially a summary of my businesses that I've created over the years. So the first one is a graphic design company and digital illustration. This is 1992. We did the first all-digital full-size poster, 24 by 36-inch poster. That was pretty cool. The second one is a group of companies. We called them Star On Demand. So we had 3 different companies under this ondemand.com name. We had Apartments on Demand, Coupons on Demand, and Classifieds on Demand, and these were all successive. The problem is, if you look at the dates, it's 1994 to 1996. We spent most of the time when we were pitching these ideas explaining what the internet was more than explaining what the product is, okay? It made it a particular challenge, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. Intelligent Networks was a consulting company, a computer consulting company. It was all Macintosh based. All of my clients were based on Macs, and we did software consulting and what have you. 1996, we did $500,000 in sales, and that was a really good year, probably the best for the company. And I say we, it was myself and another consultant. Meet Me Online, we created one of the first dating services. We had 80,000 users in 1999, which was pretty cool. We had a huge community of chatters in IRC or Java-based web client or whatever, but there was a huge community around that. It was pretty phenomenal. We sold that company in 1999 to a company that was trying to compete with Match.com, who was already huge. They were just buying up these little tiny companies and trying to build a really big one right away. Zero Logic Corporation was another company I created. It was a consulting company. It was after Intelligent Networks. And the reason we did that is I actually brought on a full-time employee. We actually incorporated and we did all the things that we were supposed to do. She handled all of the more mundane business tasks, the tax filings and those kinds of things. That was entertaining. Apple value-added reseller. We were actually able to sell Mac hardware at this point. And then we started our first web development consulting services there. We created a side project called Tune Exchange, and this was where you would take your old CDs, your music CDs, and you would post them online and find other people that were interested in those CDs and then make a trade between your CDs and their CDs. Of course, this is right around the time Napster appeared, so up goes that one idea. Your Groove, after we sold Meet Me Online, we weren't done with the dating field, the online dating field. We wanted to create something that was really unique. And this was one of our first uses of the word community when it comes to dating. We wanted to create more than just a place for you to go post a profile and for you to learn about the other people. We wanted to have friends involved as well, and I thought that was pretty unique. We ended up shutting that down really before it got started. Version 2, when I moved to Colorado the first time, it was 2001. We created this company shortly after that, and then, or shortly before that. This was another web-based development and design consultancy. Hypersites, now this is my current company. This is what I do now. I'm a shareholder in the company. We sold it in 2007 to a group of investors, which was a good exit for us. It's browser-based web development software, so you don't have to use any tools on your computer to build software. You use our software in your web browser to build websites for customers. And we're focused entirely on web designers. Web developers are different. They have their own tools, they have their own techniques and their own servers and their own things that they like to do, or the way they like to handle their sites. So we don't focus on web developers, only designers that don't know how to do those things. They don't know the languages, they're not familiar with the tools. We teach them, and they love the software. 22% traffic growth in January of 2009. Everybody else is crashing. We're growing. It's great. It's a great business for us. We're up to 13 million page views on the platform in January. So that was pretty cool. Grill'em was a little side project. Now, something that I've learned over the years is you need distractions. You might be doing something for 10 years and you're like, oh, what am I doing here? Just take a little bit of time. We took 24 hours. We built a web service that literally allows you to ask anyone a question. Anybody that joins a service, you can see their icon. There's no names, there's no bio, there's nothing. Click on the icon, ask them a question, they reply, and if you want to, you can friend that person from then on because now you know who they are. That was a pretty neat experiment. It lasted about 3 months, and then we killed it. It was fun. Social Ingenuity is actually 2 parts. Social Ingenuity is 2 parts. It started out as a wildly ambitious software platform to create web-based startups. So the idea was you would have a trusted network, and you would invite those people in to help you build software companies, basically. And there was equity sharing and all sorts of fun stuff. What I've done now is I've turned it into an email list, and it has everyone on it from venture capitalists in the area to hairdressers in Dallas, and it's just a really fun mix. When I have a question about my business, I'll fire off an email to this list and get feedback from everyone, and I'll take that feedback and go. The 5s was a quick project, another distraction, where I asked 5 questions to complete strangers. It's the same 5 questions to different people every time. And I sent that out to that Social Ingenuity list. I got 13 people interested in the project. The only thing that's resulted is 1 video, and it's the one that I did. Pretty interesting. What have I learned? I love innovating. I love creating new things that aren't around, or taking something and modifying it and making it better. I love the internet business model. The startup overhead is very low. Lots of new technologies in that area. I love to design things, and I love coding. I love sharing my knowledge with people. The things I've learned can help you in technology, for sure, and evangelizing new technologies like the iPhone. What have I learned? Things I don't like. I don't like doing corporate accounting. It's something that drives me crazy. Corporate taxes, it's not my specialty. There are people that really love to do corporate taxes. They have businesses doing that. Hire them to do your taxes. Sales is something I've never been able to do. I've had all these businesses, and I've never been the person to get out and go pitch the company and pitch the products. So a lot of those have failed because I don't do sales, nor my partner that we had in a lot of those. And then just the little things that it takes to run a business. I don't like doing it. I want to find somebody else to do those things and make my life easier and better. Allow me to focus on the things. So, recap. Find what drives you. Do it. Technology drives me. That's what I love. That's what I do. Things you don't like still have to get done. This is an important lesson, right? Some of us forget that sometimes. A lot of those things you don't like to do can be done by someone else that really, really likes to do it, and it'll get done better. And while you're doing your other things. So if you don't like to do accounting, you're running a business, or you're trying to do some technology or what have you, those people will do it while you're doing those other things. It's pretty cool. Certain failure in your company is focusing on the things that you really like to do and ignoring the things you don't. And then again, I'll just recap here. Find others to help do things because they're passionate about those ideas. They work while you do. And then the bottom line out of this entire pitch, this whole presentation, is network to find people that do the things that you don't like to do. And it took me a long time to figure that out. It took me until, I don't know, 2005 or so to actually get that and understand that. So that was something I learned later on. That's it. That's the entire thing there.
Thank you.
All right.